Hey y'all, Hydra Hut here, and we're gonna talk about some comics. This here is Savage Wolverine. Um, this is an older one. I actually don't know when it came out, to be completely honest. But I got it yesterday out of one of the long boxes at my shop. I've never read Savage Wolverine before, but when it's got Joe Mad doing the cover and the interior, that's not something I'm going to turn down. And I'm really glad I bought it. It was $3.99. It's got a digital code, so if you make it through the end, you can snag that up and take a look at it yourself. But this was an extremely fun read. The art was fantastic. Man. Like, I wish Joe Mad did every comic. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. This is so I looked into the series a little bit. Issues 1 through 5 had Frank Cho on the art. I forget who was writing. And then 6, 7, and 8 was Wells, Mad. And then it kept going on from there. They just like kept a revolving team or something like that. They have a term for that, but again, I forgot what that is called. So let's go ahead and look inside. Oh, and the nice thing about this is you don't have to read the last 5 to know what's going on here. I hadn't read any of them. Got this simply because of Mad, and I wasn't lost at all as the story started. You think I would have got this coughing out of the way before I started the damn review. So we got 2 guys guarding this prison facility of some kind, and they're basically talking about family issues, and then suddenly the door of this prison facility blows through. And oh man, look at Elektra. She is so perfect. She comes out, busts some heads, and starts introducing us to the storyline about what's happening. She tries to free somebody from this coffin here. We don't really know who it is until it shows the screen, and we find out that it's Bullseye. And in case you didn't know, one of his old aliases was Lester Jangles. It's fantastic. But he had been killed and his corpse had been locked up because he was too dangerous of an assassin, so the Foot was like maintaining him. Elektra, we think, is trying to bust him out to do something, and he's already gone. Then we get our introduction page, Savage Wolverine, a little bit of explanation, editor's notes, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about this. Back into the story. Oh my God, look at his Kingpin. Like, I absolutely love Mad's artwork. He is so good. It is like an adult version of Disney animation, which I understand that sounds kind of stupid and it's a poor comparison, but like, it's as somebody who is not an art major, that is the easiest way to explain his style. Very, very, very expressive lines. And I gotta check something. Who was coloring? Colorist was Peter Steigerwald. So Peter's coloring fits this art style so perfectly. Great team. Great team. I wish it was like 20 books instead of just 3 with these guys on it. But basically what's going on is this little guy right here. He is a kind of like a lawyer for the Foot, and he's letting Fisk know that, because right now Fisk is in charge of the Foot, and he's letting him know that the Foot ninjas are kind of losing all respect for Fisk. So what they did is reanimate the corpse of Bullseye and hired him to kill Fisk. So if Fisk can survive, then that proves that he still deserves to run the Foot. If he can't, then he gets to die with honor like the leader of the Foot should. And then he's like, well, and if you got any problem with that, you can take it out on the ninja. And Fisk just murders the shit out of those ninja. Then we jump back to Wolverine being savage as fuck. Look at this. Spider-Man's holding him back. Wolverine's trying to murder this guy that they have captive because he burned his face half off. Very, very interesting story development in these couple pages here that really shows you what kind of relationship Wolverine has with the Avengers. Another great panel. Like, I don't know, this is just the perfect perfect Wolverine panel. This little beast pulling some beer out of the fridge. It's not even bigger than the door. It's fucking hilarious. It's about the only time we see her. but Mad does an amazing job drawing her as well. And I love this look of Wolverine. He's got his face melted off. He didn't even bother to pull the mask off. He's just letting his skin heal over the top of it. Spider-Man ends up confronting him in his room. He's not actually confronting him with the sword. He was playing with Logan's swords and accidentally cut the shit out of Logan's bed. As they're talking, though, and Spider-Man's trying to get Logan to talk to him because he doesn't think Logan's nearly as much of a hard ass as he comes across. Suddenly, Perfect Girl is standing in the window. All she says is, "There's trouble." Logan's like, "I'll get my stuff," and leaves Peter holding a six-pack. Peter's trying to figure out what's going on. He keeps trying to talk to Elektra, and she just cold shoulders him. She finally says something, and it's not even to him. Good dialogue between Logan and Peter. So I'll be honest. I have not read really any Spider-Man comics. I watched Spider-Man the Animated Series growing up, but I didn't have a lot of access to comics as a kid, and I've never been terribly interested in getting into Spider-Man, to be honest. But I absolutely like the way Spider-Man is handled in this. It reminds me of the animated series. So I think Zeb Wells is doing a good job on the dialogue and story and everything. This part is freaking awesome. First, we got these big bruisers here, right? Look like some characters out of a freaking video game. And a little lawyer is telling them what basically happened with Fisk. And one of the guys is like, "Well, what happened to the ninja that were with you?" And the little dude's like, "Oh, Fisk killed them. They were... the ninja you left with, what became of them? They're dead. Penance for the insult your revolution has visited on Wilson Fisk. There's a price for challenging the leadership of the Hand." And then there's this pause, and he's like, "Oh, you were speaking to me? Yes. How embarrassing. I thought it went without saying that I do not care." Because his brother was... Oh! Freaking great. Absolutely love this. Wolverine follows Elektra. They go out to meet Fisk. He assumes that Elektra is going to have him help kill Fisk. So as they're spying on him, and really nothing's been said between the two so far, suddenly Lady Bullseye shows up looking fine as hell. And Wolverine takes that advantage while everybody's distracted to go ahead and just try and off Fisk real quick. Okay, pause in the story. Let's go ahead and get this digital code out of the way. These should still work. I don't actually know if there's a timeline on them. But, feel free to try. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully you still get your free comic. Woo! Code actually worked, too. So this is marvel.com/redeem. Here's your code. Enter it. Hopefully you get a sweet-ass digital copy of this great comic. Damn, look at her. Like, Elektra is perfect, and she's no slouch. But as it turns out, they're actually not there to kill Fisk. Fisk has hired them to protect him from Bullseye. So I was thinking up to this point that they were to protect him from Bullseye. But we find out that the ones who are actually going to be going after him are the Arbiters, and they look brutal. Actually, this guy, I bet, played a lot into the way Laughing Batman eventually became designed. This whole team, kind of, yeah. But anyway, I'm really stoked for issues 7 and 8 if I can ever find them. Man, do I wish Joe did more freaking comics, too. The guy is peak. Just the exact definition of peak talent. Anyway, highly recommend this if you ever come across it, especially in a long box. It is way good. Oh man, does it fit Wolverine perfect. So much fun. Well worth $3.99. Thanks for watching. Hail Hydra, baby.